So, dignity is a basic human right. It means being valued and respected for what you are, what you believe in, and how you live your life. When it's overstepped, we tend to suffer mentally. It affects our relationships and it also affects us professionally. Hello and namaskar. I am Dr. Sharmila Parajuli and welcome back to my channel, Straight from My Heart. I hope you guys are in the best of spirits and having a divine time. So, the topic which I am going to cover today, as some of you might have guessed by now, is physical defense the only defense, or do we need to practice verbal defense as well? So, over the years, life experiences have taught us that we cannot be naive, innocent, or timid all the time. Sometimes, considering the respect we have for the other person, who can be our boss at our workplace or our elders at home, we tend to stay silent and try to avoid the conflict. Then we realize at some point that if we don't speak, then people will try to take advantage of the situation and you will get targeted time and again. People will try to break your spirit. Many people fall in the trap and some even succumb to it. So naturally you start to speak up for yourself if your moral values and dignity is targeted. And even if we speak up for ourselves, we sometimes find ourselves at a loss for words, or we tend to speak something which we shouldn't have said, which can lead to negative outcomes. So, we must all learn to master the skill to learn to defend ourselves verbally. But before going any further, I'm going to start by giving an example. Like you're walking down in the street, a group of people they come and try to fight with you, they use abusive language. Then as a normal person we have one of the three options, like first is to cry and sulk that they have slapped you and abused you and not respond back, which many of us do if we do not know how to defend ourselves physically and verbally. The second is try to physically defend ourselves, which some of us might do. And the third is ask them what right do they have to slap you in the first place and explain that you're not going to take it from them any further, which very few of us do. This is verbally defending ourselves in simple words. So verbal defense is very less recognized and we do not practice it regularly because most of the times we give importance to physical defense as that is what we've been trained since school and college. And obviously we can feel the pain. Obviously because we feel the pain, we can see the abuse coming up. The people around us can also see the abuse. The types of physical self-defense that are being taught and encouraged that we all know are martial arts, taekwondo, etc. But when someone is abused mentally, there is no such rule. It leaves no physical mark. We often ignore its intent and we also disregard its potential to harm us. But what we have to realize is that verbal attacks can be personally devastating. So, what should we do to defend ourselves against verbal abuse? The first step is we have to identify whether it is just a difference of opinion you are having with the other person or are you being really targeted. The second the point is that to identify what is being targeted. It can be physical imperfections like weight, height, our clothes, our complexion, or social attributes like gender, race, personal choices, sexual orientations, and etc. The third point is just listen to what all the abuse the other person can give you and analyze them instead of going straight to the conclusions. And the fourth point is know when exactly and how to respond. One thing that we all need to understand is that verbal defense does not require you to be rude or abusive. With full respect, you can tell the other person what is acceptable or unacceptable to you. Now to conclude, we must understand why do we need to master verbal defense. Just as when we have mastered physical defense and martial arts, we are well prepared for physical conflict. We can defend ourselves very well whenever and wherever we can. Similarly, when the fight is with our dignity and moral values, we must learn to defend ourselves properly effectively and efficiently with no loss of face on either side, and we ensure that the verbal violence never happens again. So thank you guys for taking your time and watching my video. If you do agree with my thoughts and opinions, then please subscribe to the channel, and if you have a totally different version than mine, then please let me know in the comments section below. So until I meet you guys again, stay happy, stay motivated, and never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. Bye bye.